Welcome to Curry Girl's Kitchen. Today we're making brisket.
But not any kind of brisket.
Now this is a little variation of the normal brisket that we make with tomatoes and wine. Today we're switching it up and we're adding beer and fennel and figs. Oh my goodness, so good. And what I love about this brisket is the slow and low method. Because what that does is it allows this intense flavor to just kind of grow, and it adds this.
Well, and it makes the meat so tender. It's like fall off the bone. It's like that mushy meat that you just like carnitas tacos. It's like Jewish brisket yumminess. So let's show you what goes inside of it.
So what we have right now is about a maybe 3.5 pound brisket, and I've got some salt. Then I'm just gonna salt this baby. And the other thing that you want, brisket needs fat. Don't be afraid of the fat. You can always cut it off after you've cooked it.
So the fat like oils.
It just flavors it. The fat is your flavor.
So for this fat, we are using an olive oil.
Well, actually, this, I want to show you guys. See that fat that's layered?
Oh, you don't want to trim the fat on the meat. That's what we're talking about.
Correct.
It needs the fat.
It needs this fat, because this is what's gonna make it taste really good. So I'm gonna go ahead, my pot, I've got a Dutch oven.
And so you do fat side down.
Fat side down first, because we're gonna sear both sides. I'm gonna get this guy in there. I know. All right, and then what we're gonna do on this side is
And you hear that? That sizzle. That's how you know it's like a really good sear.
So good. So I've got this side, I'm salting and I'm peppering. Generous pepper and salt. All right. And then while this is searing, I'm going to cover it for about 3 to 5 minutes. We'll check on it. And then what we're putting together now is the other flavor enhancers. All right. So we've got our onion, and I've chose to cut the onion a little bit differently. Normally we cut onions like this, normal. This is a little bit different. So you can see when I'm cutting it, well, they're just like prettier, like little feathery slivers. And I did the same thing with the fennel. So you can choose to cut it however you want. I just like to get a little creative on my cutting techniques here. So if I cut it in half to get it so that it works, then you can just go ahead and do the same thing.
So really whatever way you're comfortable cutting it, you can cut this. You just want to get that thinner slices, because again, at the end of this, you're going to have this like really yummy veggie topping put on top of the brisket. And you just want it to be like bite-sized. It's easy, so you're not getting like big globs of onion
and fennel or stuff like that. So the other parts of it is we are going to go ahead and smash 5 cloves of garlic. All right, just fresh garlic. I'm going to have these all ready. And so we're smashing these.
You smash it because it just helps release the flavor. It's not like the whole one. You just want to like have it open so it's really aromatic in the dish.
And if you want, you can go ahead and just slice them, just rough chop them.
Go into town with this, chopping it all up.
It's really
But you don't have to. I always like when you find that really thick smashed garlic in the mix of it all. It's like yummy.
I know. So here, let's go ahead and we'll check our sear, see how it's doing.
We flipped the brisket, and now it's been cooking on this side for another 3 minutes. So you can tell that it's done if you want to see the nice coloring of it all.
And now we're just going to take out the brisket, set it back on its little plate right here. And I'll just put it right there. And then now what we're going to do, it's got nice oil in here, it's got great flavor. We're going to start adding our vegetables.
Don't clean it. This is what you want.
Yeah. So here's a cup of onions.
Smell that like fat from it.
And then this is a cup of leeks, the white part only. And then
so that's with the white part of a leek. She's talking about this.
Yeah, so it's about
and then these are the leaves. You don't want to use these. So yeah,
so it's not for this dish. And now this is about a cup of the fennel. All right.
Again, the fennel, we're using this bulb of it, not these fronds.
And then you know what else we're going to use today, Megan? Are some of these fronds for the flavoring. We're going to actually use it, which is really
But for
fun.
slicing it up and cooking it down, we're going to use it.
And then I'm going to take the mushrooms. So this is a heaping cup. It's like anywhere between 1 and 2 cups. And then
what you can tell is like we're putting all these things that absorb a lot more of the oils down first. So we're starting with the onions, the fennel, the mushrooms, and we're gonna let them cook down because that's what's gonna absorb a lot of the liquid, and then we're gonna put other stuff on top of it.
Okay, so some of the onions that we have is that we're gonna add in just a minute, more whole, because it's kind of nice to have them whole, is
Again, that's the flavor. It's a good flavor. You want all of this.
So the other thing that we're gonna do is there's spring onions coming in, because it's springtime right now for us.
Basically, you're just picking them early, so they're a little bit smaller. They don't get as large, and they have the green tops.
Yeah, they look like a spring onion with a bulb on the bottom. But if you don't find those, and you want to make
a green onion,
yes, and if you can't find them during spring or winter or whatever, you can totally get a shallot. And shallots add a wonderful flavor.
well, and shallots are also good if you have like an aversion to garlic or you just don't like all that seasoning. You can use it just shallots. You can leave it out.
And the pretty part about a shallot is it's purple when you open it. And it is kind of like a cross between an onion and a garlic.
So pretty.
And then, oh, the other thing that I forgot that I wanted to add in here right now is our smashed up garlic. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this right here.
Smashed and chopped. Again, you do not have to chop it. You can just smash it and throw it on in.
So good.
So you can see the onions and fennel and mushrooms have all started caramelizing. It's perfect, and they have definitely shrunk in size. So now, because it's such a small pot, we can add in the carrots and these whole, and so as you can see all the different colors of carrots. We love using heirloom carrots. So they taste the same, sometimes a little sweeter depending.
Yeah, and I love the color. I just love the colors of it.
Especially when you're cooking like brisket, it's such a brown dish. It's fun doing all the different, adding the color that you can in there.
It's wonderful. So now we're gonna go ahead, put the lid back on, let this just kind of
Get soft.
soft a little bit, and then we're ready for our brisket.
The veggies all look nice and soft and tender, ready for us to put the brisket in.
All right, so let's...
Don't put the brisket in just yet.
No. We're gonna ready the brisket for its little bed of beautiful veggies. Right?
How do we ready it?
So I'm gonna let this just stay on. So what we're gonna do, typically I would always just smear this with tomato paste and garlic, but you know what?
We're keeping it sweet.
This summer I made homemade jam. I had a spoon here, Meg. Did you see a spoon? Yes.
Hiding it.
Yes, so this is homemade fig jam. Made from our neighbor's figs in his tree. Thank you.
So, but we have a recipe on how to make homemade jam, and you can really use any fruit. Ours is homemade strawberry jam. We use low sugar, no pectin. You keep it in the refrigerator. It's Amish style. It's a great one to check out, so you can find that on our videos.
That's right. But if you don't have homemade fig jam around your cabinets,
Totally fine.
they got it in the
Store-bought.
store,
So
and it's a
good.
beautiful
This
thing.
is like the orange fig. It's so delicious.
It's fabulous. Okay, so I've readied this. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take just the rind of the lemon, a very thin
It's not that thin.
layer. I just want more of the rind. Okay, so
Love
I'm gonna,
this.
and then what I'm gonna do is just, let's see if you can see me here. Let's do this. I'm gonna just take and sliver it.
Oh, that's
It's actually for a little decor. It's for flavor. I'm gonna take the white part off because I really
You
don't
can
care
smell
about
the
white.
lemon with like the fig
zest.
jam.
Oh yeah. The
Like
zest.
I said, it's like the citrus and the fig. So this fig jam that we had didn't have any citrus in it. This is a nice kind of balance.
Oh, it's fantastic. So we have this, and now I'm gonna bring this back over here, and then I'm gonna take and just put this beautiful lemon zest all around it, and then we'll save some for the pot right now. Okay?
To put around it
Yes.
in the pot.
That's right. All right, so I'm gonna very carefully lift my brisket right here, put it in the pot,
Set it on top of all those nice yummy veggies.
and don't forget the juice that as the brisket was sitting there.
Load
And
it all.
then I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of the lemon.
Putting it in on the
around.
veggies.
And don't forget the figs, the whole dried figs. These are so delicious and sweet.
We got these at our farmer's market, but at most stores you can find dry figs.
Now we also used a smaller pot. So obviously you could use a bigger Dutch oven that will allow you to, you know, fit
Really
more things
load it all in.
And so we're just gonna go ahead and just put a few figs around here. And then I'm gonna add some sprigs of thyme. There's lemon thyme. There's beautiful, just any kind of thyme. We all need thyme, don't we, Meg?
Yes.
We all need thyme.
We all need a little bit more.
So you can use the fresh thyme, you can use dried thyme, whatever you have. Make it easy on yourself. All right, and I'm just gonna sprinkle it around here. So pretty. 2 bay leaves. All right, I'm gonna
some
put
more
that right
flavor,
in there.
and then the liquid that we're using for this is we have a gluten-free beer and non-chicken stock. So the gluten-free beer is an omission, this is the Red Bridge.
Right, and it is made out of sorghum.
Yes. So whether you can have gluten or you can't have gluten, you gotta check it out. Just make sure you don't use an IPA because an IPA beer will make it a little bit too bitter.
That's
So
from
we're
my
gonna go.
chef friend that told me that.
Yes.
I said, ooh,
Thanks,
a
David.
lemon, fig, fennel, beer-braised brisket. Oi, great. And now I'm adding some no chicken stock. And you might say, okay, why are we not adding maybe some beef stock? You can totally add beef
Whatever you
stock.
want.
However, the flavor of this no chicken stock, and typically you would add
It's a veggie
again
base minus the tomato.
a cup to 2 cups, depending again on the size of your pot. And then yes, this doesn't have tomato in it, exactly. So, I want to just add a few more
These
turns
little-
of, and I want to add the fronds, and I want to add some more fresh
Don't
pepper.
forget these fennel
and then the
fronds.
fennel fronds. Yay, I'm so excited. I love when we remember
I always feel like
things.
these go to waste. We're all about utilizing everything.
Well, it's so great. So we're just gonna add a little bit of the fennel fronds in there, cover it up. We're gonna bring this to a boil. I'm gonna turn this up, bring it to a boil, and then we're gonna put it in an oven that's been preheating at 350 degrees. And then this is where you have a choice. You can cook it for 3 to 3.5 pounds, takes anywhere, depending on your oven and its temperature, anywhere from 3 to 4 hours at 350. But let's say you have all day and you want to cook it at lower temperature for a longer period. That's where you get like even more tenderness and more flavor.
And low.
The slow and low method.
I love it.
This brisket is done. Yes. At least I hope so. We'll find out. Okay.
It's been cooking for about, what do you say, 4 hours? 3 hours?
This is a
4
little
hours.
and it was sitting in the oven, just turned off until we were ready to share it with you guys. And so I am going to lift this guy up. Whoa.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna meet you.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, here.
Make a mess of the brisket.
I know, right? Oh my goodness. It feels so mushy already.
And that is what you want, guys. Oh my goodness, you need to check this out.
Oh, and all of these.
This is beautiful. And look at this like,
Delicious.
yummy, crisp skin. You can tell the jam, all the seeds from the figs. That nice, crispy crust.
And then Megan, show them how tender it is when you pour. That's when you fork into it. You know, you just kind of
Right
pierce
through.
it. It's like that's what
You
we're
guys.
looking for.
Look at that, I'm literally pulling it apart. That's what you want. Pull apart beef. Oh my, it's so tender.
Good. So that's what it is.
Yum! Serve me up a piece of this. Love it,
This.
you guys. Oh wait, look, it's just like pulls apart.
Falling apart. It is so
Some
delicious.
veggies, all the carrots. You can tell like it's just cooking in the oven so long. It's so tender.
Oh,
And if you can't make this the day of, you can make this the day before, and we have that step-by-step listed in the recipe on CurryGirlsKitchen.com.
and the best part about this slow and low method of cooking, it just adds this intense, delicious flavor and tenderness to the meat.
Oh my god,
Really good flavor.
so good.
Yay!
I love the figs, the sweetness of it. So yummy.
So for this full recipe, you can follow us on Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram. You can get this
Twitter.
recipe on our website at greatgirlskitchen.com. And if you don't subscribe to us, go ahead, subscribe down below and get more of these yummy recipes every Wednesday.
Right into your mailbox. Hope you enjoy this soon.